It's time to create a profitable, scalable, and sustainable studio for yourself and your students. Welcome to Dance Studio Empire. I'm Jen, dance studio owner for 30 years, running multiple locations with over 1,000 students, dance business coach turned mastermind mentor for dance studio owners, creatives, and leaders like you. I know you're committed to growing your studio and creating the time and financial freedom you most want, while also being the best in the industry with a reputation to match. I've coached hundreds of studio owners who have grown to 250, 500, and over 1,000 students using my signature studio scaled method. And in this podcast, I'll give you the clarity, strategy, and CEO mindset to help you do the same. Let's dive in.
Hey Dance Fam, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Dance Studio Empire podcast. All right, as we in the Southern Hemisphere are diving into winter and not enjoying, well, for me, not enjoying the cold, I do want to give a shout out to our Northern Hemisphere studios who are a lot of you currently doing or coming up to recital. I'm seeing it all over social media. I work with a few studio owners who are actually from the Northern Hemisphere, and I know right now you are in the depths of it. However, I do also know that you have your summer break just around the corner. So a shout out to all of you who are going through that at the moment. For those studios who are down in the Southern Hemisphere, for those who are having mid-year showcases or their concerts right now, please know that I'm with you and I am feeling all the feels for you right now. However, it all does come back to why we are doing what we are doing. Try and keep that in perspective. Try and not let the opinions of the outsiders affect you. Be proud of what you're putting together. Be proud of the hard work that you are putting into your studio, into your students, into the programs and the classes that you're offering, because ultimately it will pay off in the end. And I just want you to keep that why in mind about why you started, and always go back there if you start your thoughts start to deviate. But for now, let's move into today's topic. And I just want to go back to why and what I am working towards when I'm delivering these episodes to you. So basically, I'm all about the different strategies and mindsets to help studio owners who are wanting to simplify and scale their business for growth, for impact, and for profit. And so all these strategies that I'm sharing with you are hopefully leading to that. However, sometimes with that can come with the topic that I'm going to be speaking about today. And I know it's close to the heart of so many dance studio owners because of the type of people, the type of personalities that are in our industry. And so today's topic is about how to scale your studio without burning out. Burnout is a common issue in our industry. As passionate dance studio owners, we are often pouring our hearts and soul into our work, constantly striving to provide that best experience for our students, supporting our team, trying to look after and love on our family and friends. But this dedication can come at a cost. And when we push ourselves too hard without taking the necessary steps to manage our workload and well-being, this is when the burnout can creep in. Now, burnout isn't just about feeling tired. It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by that prolonged stress. And for studio owners, this can manifest in various ways. So it could be constant fatigue, could be a loss of enthusiasm, decreased productivity, and sometimes even health problems. But I do know it can affect our creativity, our decision making, and that overall ability to lead our studios effectively. And I want to also say burnout is real. And there was a time when I didn't actually think that it was a real thing. And that was until I suffered it myself. And I do talk about my story and how it all happened and came over me, and then how I recovered from that. I think back at episode 37. So if you do want to hear my story, go back and check that out, because I do know it is real. And that's why I've become a lot more passionate and focused on it when I am working with studio owners, still wanting to grow, still wanting to better themselves, but we have to do it in a better way. And so in today's episode, we're going to explore how you can scale your studio sustainably without falling into that burnout trap. All right, so let's just dive in. Key strategies that are going to help your studio grow while maintaining your well-being and still maintaining that passion for what you do best, which is teaching dance. Number one is to simplify. One of the biggest mistakes I see studio owners make is thinking that scaling means doing more, adding more classes, adding more programs, more of everything really. But here's the truth. More isn't always better. Now, there is definitely a time when you need to be growing and adding, but at a point where you are scaling, it is not about adding. It's about using what you've got. So in fact, simplifying your offers can then lead to greater success. So you want to start by identifying the core aspects of your studio that are actually already working well. What are the programs or the classes that are bringing in the most students and the revenue? Because I want you to focus on those. Because when you're honing in on what's working and doing that exceptionally well, you can then create a stronger, more streamlined studio. Next one is to remove instead of adding. So this sort of follows on a little bit from what I just spoke about, but I want you to consider taking things away instead of just adding all the time. And it may seem counterintuitive, especially when you're thinking about growth. However, scaling your studio doesn't mean that you have to spread yourself thin by constantly adding those new things. Again, just look at your current schedule and your offerings and ask yourself, what can be trimmed down, or is there things that can be eliminated? For example, like any of the low-hanging fruit in your business, that's what needs to go, because that even though it's low-hanging, it still takes your time, it takes energy, it takes effort, it costs you money. So if it's not bringing you a good return, then that's the stuff that needs to go, so it gives you more space to then build on what you currently have going. Ask yourself, are there classes that constantly have low attendance? Are there programs that require a lot of effort but aren't bringing in the results? If so, it is just time to let them go. And by removing the non-essentials, it's freeing up that time. It's also going to give you the resources that can better be invested in areas that will make a difference and drive your studio's growth. Okay, third one, leveraging technology. All right, in today's digital age, using technology can be a game changer for scaling your studio, so making it work better for you without giving you that extra stress or causing that burnout. You want to utilize the studio management software to streamline administrative tasks such as your scheduling, your billing, attendance tracking. There's so much, let's be real. This not only saves you time, but it also reduces that risk of that burnout by automating those repetitive tasks. So even if you just want to track the things that you are doing over and over again, if you're doing it more than once, then it can be automated some way. So keep track of that. Technology can also enhance communication. So with our students and with our parents, also with your team. So that then provides that more seamless and efficient experience for everyone involved. Okay, next one. Number 4 is to build a support network. Okay, scaling your studio doesn't mean you have to go it alone. In fact, if you really want to scale, it's actually going to take you a lot longer to achieve your goals if you do choose to go it alone. So having a support network around you is crucial. You want to be surrounding yourself with people who understand what you're going through, have done what you are aiming to do. And this can be in a variety of situations. It could be just joining a group of studio owners in a community. It could be hiring a coach or a mentor. Maybe one day you'll be joining my mastermind. It's these situations that you need to hone in on when times are feeling hard for you and lean on that support network for guidance and support. They can provide different perspectives for you. You know, we get stuck in tunnel vision of what we know, and we just can't see it. I'm exactly the same. I have my coach who helps me with my tunnel vision, and she'll be like, have you thought about this? I bet, no, I hadn't even thought about that. And they can guide you and help identify when you are getting close to burnout, which I think is so important. And this external insight is so valuable for making informed decisions and avoiding the mistakes that can happen so often that then affect our energy, affect our exhaustion levels, and that's another way we head towards burnout.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to share something exciting with you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, hitting your energetic capacity, and need a breakthrough to scale your studio, I have just the thing for you. I would love to invite you to the Dance Studio Scaled Retreat, which is happening at the end of June at the gorgeous Nunawina Retreat. This is more than just a retreat. It's a lifeline for studio owners who want to grow their business without burning out. So imagine walking away with a clear plan for 2025. Yes, I said 2025. A simplified business strategy that focuses on scaling what you're already doing well and practical steps to eliminate what's not working. You'll learn how to find more time for the important things, achieve a sustainable work-life blend, and build a studio that's both energetically fulfilling and balanced. So over these 3 transformative days, you'll enjoy luxurious accommodation, delicious meals prepared by a private chef, and intimate business development sessions. You'll also connect with like-minded studio owners, learn from expert guest speakers, and participate in rejuvenating activities designed to refresh your mind and spirit. Now, if you're ready to reclaim your time, boost your confidence as a CEO, and lead your studio to new heights, this retreat is for you. So check out the details in the show notes or send me a message if you have any questions. Let's work together to make 2025 your best year yet. All right, back to the episode.
Okay, next one is to establish clear boundaries. So setting clear boundaries is essential for maintaining your well-being while scaling your studio. Whether this is specific work hours, you can set them, but you have to stick to them. You want to make sure you communicate these boundaries. So not only with your students and your parents, but your staff as well. And this is just to ensure that everyone respects your time. Learn to say no to additional commitments that don't align with your core goals. By protecting that personal time, you can then prevent burnout and maintain that healthier work-life blend, as I like to say, because I don't feel it's an even balance, that's for sure. And finally, number 6 is self-care and that balance / blend. So as we talk about scaling, it's important to address self-care and maintain that balance. This excitement of growth can easily lead towards burnout if you're not careful. So you want to make sure you're setting aside time for yourself to recharge and rejuvenate. And this isn't just about taking a day off here and there. It's about integrating self-care into your daily routine. I am the first to sit here and acknowledge that I know how busy you are. I know what your day looks like and how difficult that is. And so when I talk about self-care in this situation, I'm not talking about making sure you have a massage every week and a facial and doing set aside 3 hours to read a book. If you can do that, that is awesome. However, I still am a realist and I know how busy our lives are. So you just have to try and find the small things that will make a difference to you every day. And it may only be like a 5-minute or a 10-minute thing in the morning before your work gets crazy, or it might be something you do before you go to sleep. But I would really challenge you to prioritize activities that help you relax and refocus. Whether it's yoga in the morning, whether it's reading that book, or even just spending time with loved ones or people that aren't involved in the business. So you can have conversations that aren't revolved around work, studio, issues, that sort of thing. Because remember, a burned out studio owner can't effectively lead a thriving studio. So taking care of yourself then ensures you to have the energy and mindset needed to sustain that growth over the long term. All right, so there you have it. Scaling your studio without burning out is about simplifying. It's about focusing on what's working. It's about removing the non-essentials, leveraging the technology that we have, building a support network, setting those clear boundaries, and taking care of yourself. And by adopting these strategies, you can grow your studio in a way that's sustainable and fulfilling. You don't have to sacrifice your well-being to achieve success. Instead, with the right approach, you can actually scale your studio while maintaining balance and joy. Imagine that. And that's what I do see a lot of when people are getting to that stage of that exhaustion just before they're about to hit burnout. They start to not enjoy what they're doing. They start to resent things. They start to hate being in the situation that they're in. And so if we can get in front of that, then hope that could change the way you're feeling about your work. All right, I hope these insights have inspired you to take a little bit of action and scale your studio in a way that feels right for you. And remember, if you're looking for more in-depth guidance and support, then I'm going to ask you, consider joining us at the Dance Studio Scaled Retreat. This is the perfect opportunity to connect with like-minded studio owners, gaining really valuable insights and recharge in a beautiful setting. At the time of recording this, there are actually only 2 spots left. So if this sounds like something you want to do, please send me a DM on Instagram and I can send you through the information and we can have a conversation there and take it from there. But this is an opportunity not to be missed if you are in that situation where you're feeling like you're teetering on the edge, but you want to keep moving forward. This is going to be the ultimate opportunity for you to join us. All right, everyone, until next week.